you know, the archetype distance demon, what they really thrive off of is really cornering you and limiting your options. And it doesn't matter how slow their buttons are, because they can reach from such a safe distance that you can't actually approach or punish them even more. So if TLA finds themselves in a corner a little bit too often, you know, Horsey could get some surprising punishes on it.
Yeah, and on a stage like FD, you know, a very punishing stage, the second you get someone into the air, they do not have an easy way back down, and it feels like TLA, that's something this character will really thrive off of, as it feels like right now they're just kind of testing the waters here in neutral. Big scoop there, and went for an early up B. That up B acts very weird, past, I believe, 50-ish%, it will spike.
Yeah, it's an interesting one for sure. It's character dependent. Not entirely sure what properties it's dependent on, but yes, absolutely, it will spike. Horsey can go for a lot of reverse edge guards with it as well. It's definitely something that TLA has to be always cognizant of. But right now they're just going low, mixing up the recovery just a little bit, finding themselves getting hit back off stage. They hit the ground, they're able to refresh the double jump. And right now doing just what Sonic does best, charging, you know, one of the many spin moves he has in a corner, seeing if Horsey's gonna maybe mash a button, and if they do, they get back in the swing of things.
And that was actually huge. TLA using the spring off stage. I completely forgot that Byleth's up B is a tether, so if he gets knocked out of that up B, he really doesn't have another option to recover, so that's something to look forward to as the match continues on.
Yeah, that's the thing about tether recoveries. Either your character has like a built-in mechanic to be able to perfectly punish that, Ness, PK Thunder, Nikita, Rob Gyro, you know, something that can just be out there and active for a long time, or you just actually have to respect the tether. You have to maybe try to chase Byleth down, you know, follow the drift a little bit, but more often than not, you're just gonna have to prioritize ledge trapping. But we're not seeing a whole lot of that from TLA. They're trying to go through those spring attempts, and right now this is anybody's stock to take.
One strong hit is all it will take for either of these characters, and can Sonic get the conversion? No, and it actually leads to a forward air from Horsey to take stock number 1 for Colorado.
Ooh, able to get the throw, and there it is, the spring, but did you see how Violet's tether just from the depths of hell was still able to cling onto her?
That was a crazy amount of distance. I'm shocked that he lived, but TLA was able to clean up that stock afterward as Horsey attempted to make his way back to stage. Again, that spring, very dangerous, and Horsey's had to weave his way around it a couple times now, and TLA is really putting on the pressure here early in stock 2.
Yeah, it's such a good tool to punish a whole lot of recoveries, especially ones where you don't actually have a lot of mix. Horsey is falling victim to it quite often, so they're always going to have to be ever so cognizant of it. TLA going to be whiffing the neutral B there, but, you know, in such a safe distance that, you know, Byleth just does not have the burst to be able to get there in time.
Absolutely, you mentioned it. The speed differential between these characters, Sonic feels like he's flying around the map, where Byleth is just trying to catch him out in odd places, and ooh, that down smash, look at the shield pressure it did. Sonic is not going to be wanting to press his bumper button anytime soon.
Yeah, the amount of shield damage that that move does is straight up not okay. And a lot of Byleths, they'll hold it, they'll charge it, they'll, you know, a lot of people, they tend to kind of default to holding into shield. It might catch you in your jump squat, you know. It's not a favorable position to be in at all. You should ideally not be letting Byleth set that up like that. But right now, Horsey trying to maybe space a forward to catch TLA on an approach, but TLA is just timing and waiting very, very patiently.
Okay, that was dangerous. You saw it too, right? You saw everything going wrong for TLA if that happened?
TLA has to look in the eyes of their opponent for a second, just like, am I good? Are we good? Bet. Throws a Byleth off stage and is able to find the stock. Like it was an intimate moment, you know. They were this close to giving each other a smooch.
And with that, ooh, TLA gonna have to find his way back to stage. Does so. Horsey trying to pressure him off stage, is able to knock him to the other side, and that neutral B will push TLA back into disadvantage again. Not gonna be able to find the spike off of it. I think he wanted that up B to spike Sonic down, but was not able to grab him out of it, and a full 50% extra credit right now for TLA.
Yeah, TLA is just taking this lead and starting to run away with it. Sonic with the lead is one of life's most threatening just menaces. You know, he takes it, he has no incentive to approach, he holds his own corner, he doesn't need to go in, you know, he controls the pace of this match, but what an excellent side B from Horsey, catching the landing from TLA, bringing it back to effectively a little bit closer, not quite even.
Yeah, and the spacing of it too was fantastic. Catching Sonic out of that jump, you know, I don't believe TLA was expecting it, and right now an 80-90% lead in favor of TLA. Can he close this stock out? Yes, he can. Reads the roll from ledge, and the forward smash takes it. Game 1 goes to Ryder.
So this is something really, really interesting that. Oh my goodness, living in New York City is just trucks and silence for no reason. Anyways, TLA is like, they really understood that when people just barely get back onto the stage, when they thought that they should have or could have died, they almost always buffer the ledge options. And those options almost always tend to either be neutral get up or roll. Whenever you just barely miss gimping somebody, or they like got like a really desperate tech back onto the stage, almost everybody, even like a top level of play, buffers your ledge option. It's just like built into, you know, it's one of the most primal feelings. Like you have to get back onto the stage, you know, you need to get back on, and TLA was able to get the punish on it.
Yeah, and smartly too, spacing it. You know, as you mentioned, roll and neutral get up feel like some of the safest options. And here's another look at that play. That could have turned things around completely. That move, that down B, it's got a little bit of armor to it. If he did anything but grab, Sonic was likely dead in that scenario.
Yeah, oh man, just had to like look at them in the eyes for a second. That was so menacing. I would have been scared for my life. And that grab was also about a whiff too. Thank goodness Sonic's grab was able to catch somebody at jump height, because there are a handful of grabs in this game that don't have too much vertical reach. That grab could have whiffed, and TLA just could have straight up died.
And this is a big start for Ryder too. We mentioned Ryder, you know, coming off of last split, they had a tough go of it, especially in that MAC conference. They were one of those teams on the lower half, you know, trying to find their way out of the bottom. So for them to, you know, start off game 1 and take this first set, you know, might give them a little bit of momentum as we see a character switch here.
Yeah, gonna be going to Joker, and honestly, a much more solid pick. This is a character who straight up has actual buttons sometimes. Able to pressure with guns is huge. Able to have a projectile like Aha, even better. Mobility, consistent punishes, and even, you know, objectively like better recovery sometimes. This could all be really, really big for Horsey. They're able to play around the platforms a little bit better, able to get like so many more consistent, like just, yeah, even though the advantage shape might not be as explosive, it's going to be consistent. And that's sometimes all you need.
On top of that too, Joker, a much faster character than Byleth in terms of just base speed, right? Might be able to at least keep pace a little bit better with Sonic than Byleth. Byleth, a much slower character, but TLA starting off hot, you know, 66%, and oh no, here comes Arsene. We'll see if he can make anything out of it. Instead, decides to just keep his space, and Sonic camping out on ledge? Nah, couldn't be.
That A, oh my god, did you see how close that Aegon was connecting? Pixels! How did Sonic not explode? That's beyond me. But otherwise, Horsey holding down the stage so well, trying to go deep with those guns and just perpetuating this edge guard for so long. That was so deep. That was deep.gov. Wow, that was incredible.
Yeah, again, that was, you know, he just dipped down into the bubble practically, and Horsey, we've seen him a couple times now try and stall out his recovery by using that grapple the opposite direction of the ledge. He used it a couple times with Byleth, now he's using it here with Joker, and I feel like he's just kind of baiting TLA to go for something greedy so that he can try and convert off of it while he's in disadvantage. But regardless, 30-40% already racked up onto TLA's second stock. This Joker looking a whole lot more clean than Byleth.
Yeah, TLA has no right to just be sitting in the corner and charging spin dash right now. This is a huge deficit for them right now. Horsey is starting to take this lead, run away with it, getting so many little bits of damage, stage control, but unfortunately actually ending up shooting guns the wrong way. And for that mistake, TLA was able to get back onto the stage, able to get the punish, and clean up that stock.
The roll two from ledge, from that platform in, and well read by TLA. Sonic's up smash, we really haven't seen TLA use it a lot, but it is, again, another deceptively powerful move. Multi-hit racks up the damage, and that last hit so strong, and what a clean conversion on the back air.
What was that? Is that a thing that people do? That was so clean. TLA cleaning up that stock despite Horsey having the lead and all of the tempo momentum this game. I can't help but, if that were me, I'd definitely be feeling a little bit flustered after that. Losing my stock so early after I was just in the lead for so long. And now TLA having all of these conversions on deck, just getting every last bit of damage that they can squeeze out of their hits.
Absolutely. I mean, a huge conversion. That flipped this game on its head, as now Sonic running away with 115%. That dash attack is going to put him at disadvantage, but he's going to be able to make it back. It looks like gets the ledge trump too, and he's able to work his way back to center stage. 47% already on Joker, and Arsene's meter is dwindling. It's gone already. The multi-hits rack it away, and just like that, Horsey's in trouble.
Look at this. Horsey is whiffing and committing all these whiff moves, all these whiffed attacks, but that was a really good run up and shield. Unfortunately, no out of shield punish. Not sure if Joker actually has something fast enough to challenge Sonic back here. And there it is. That's going to be the up smash to take it. TLA, despite being a stock down and having almost no momentum for themselves, they were able to bring it back. That second stock was beautiful.
You're absolutely right that second stock, after getting that conversion, just tilted Horsey a little bit, and he felt like Horsey was trying to go in, trying to find something. You see, he tries to land with Nair just to get TLA out of center stage, but
this stock itself was so cool. Horsey hitting TLA off and then going so deep through that back head. That was like an excellent, like that tracking was just world class. Had his eye on the prize with that one. But this second stock that Sonic was able to land here was actually kind of absurd. 61%, and then goes through the neutral, into the back air. Wow, that was perfect. There's no other way to do that. TLA, they looked so confident doing that. That's not one that I've actually seen before. Granted, a lot of Sonic's moves look the same, so who knows if I did see it and never really thought about it too much, but wow, that was clean.
The other part of that combo too was that he used homing attack upwards. Normally you see someone, if you see a Sonic using homing attack, it's usually after a combo move or, after...
It's the land. It's a good landing option. Yeah, somebody sitting in shield, maybe you could get a shield break with it. You could bait a defensive option. That's not something that you typically do to go
the fact that it went upward in general. Usually you see a Sonic homing attack go downward onto someone, pressuring someone on stage. The fact that it went so high up and then the instant recognition to jump back air out of it was so clean. And just like that, I mean, that was the moment I felt like that just tilted this match in TLA's favor.
That was the definitive cultural shift, and then immediately after that, we saw a lot of whiffs